All right, guys, well, I'm back today with another high value and budget micro dot fitting most of the micro 9mm out there on the market, including the brand new PSA micro dagger. Now, this is the Foxarmy FXV22 Pro, and it's the multi-reticle design version featuring the dot, the circle, and both the circle dot system. And we'll talk a little bit more about that reticle selection in a later part of this video. To start off this review, I want to discuss the price point because all of these features come in at a great price point of about $180, but it's on sale right now for the release of this video for $149.59. On top of that, they've got a 10% off redeemable code in the description as well as on the Amazon link, dropping the price down to about $135 with free Amazon Prime shipping. So to put that into perspective, the micro daggers are coming in right at around $350, so it's a great price comparison, and it's a great opportunity to put a solid red dot option on top of an already high value handgun. Now, a lot of guns in the market, like the Taurus GX4 Toro, feature the same cut, the Smith & Wesson Shield, the optics version of that, as well as things like the 365 XL, the 365, and some of the Canics. So a lot of these guns, you don't want to spend just as much on the optic as you do on the gun. This is going to be an absolutely great option, and it comes in at a great price. So let's talk about those specs and features. Now, this guy right here comes with everything you need in the box to mount it up perfectly, the screws, as well as the battery and all of the tools. It mounts up rock solid to the top of this micro dagger, and it is a top load battery compartment design, so you can easily swap out that battery with the included tool without dismounting the optic, which is a really nice touch. A lot of times, some of these micro dots, you have to dismount the optic to swap out that battery. This one does a great job of doing that. The other thing I want to mention is it did lock up rock solid to the slide. It did not shift. It did not walk loose. No issues whatsoever, so a solid mounting design. This does have a protective hood over the front of the lens system, allowing you to just rack it on the side of something or protect it from the impact of shells, and it did a great job down at the range. No issues there. The fit and finish is spectacular on this optic, and it does a really good job of mating up with that RMS C cut. It just dropped right in, and you do get a little wiggle room from the front to the back. So if your slide is cut just a touch different, you are going to be able to get that in there. It also has an iron sight built into the back. For some reason, if the optic does go down, you can actually utilize the sights built into the gun as a backup, or the sights built into the optic as a backup, which is a great touch. The other cool thing about this is it actually features Allen key adjustments for up, down, left, and right, and they have audible and tactile clicks, which a lot of other optics don't have, even at the $200 or $300 price range. Sure, to see a feature like that on a $135 red dot from Foxarmy is great. I love it because you actually click it in and sight it in, and that's what I did down at the range with no issues whatsoever, and it held zero perfectly, so a solid option on top of a micro compact 9. Now, this does feature the circle dot reticle system, so you can actually click both buttons at the same time. If I can do this with my fingers on camera, and it'll switch to just the dot, just the circle, or the circle and the dot, and this thing gets insanely bright down at the range, as bright as the sun. One of the brightest handgun red dots I've seen on the market, which is key for every single lighting situation. Nothing is more frustrating than getting a red dot down to the range in a bright sunny day and shooting at a white target and trying to find your dot. You will not have the problem with this dot. It also has that 2 MOA dot for precise shooting at a distance, and the 32 MOA circle surrounding that dot, allowing you for CQB and personal defense applications. You can also just switch to the circle for competition shooting, so the 3 reticle selection is great. And again, remember, we are talking about a price point of $135. The cool thing about Foxarmy is it's not a new company on the market. I've been reviewing their products for a little while now, and none have failed me. I actually have a ton of daggers sitting on my wall with many companies' optics, and Foxarmy is filling at least 2 of those positions right now for well over 1,000 rounds on each of those handguns with no failures whatsoever. And this one has a lot of rounds through it as well and will continue to stay for future updates. But so far, I've never had a Foxarmy red dot fail on me, which is another added bonus to having a red dot like this. This does have the shake awake or auto on technology, so as soon as it senses motion, it automatically turns on and goes to sleep after about 15 minutes, and that technology has never failed on this red dot or any of the other Foxarmy red dots I've reviewed. If you missed some of those videos, definitely go back and check it out. They're worth watching. You can still save some money by grabbing those for full-size handguns. Now, the technology in this works great, and I highly recommend getting a shake-away technology, especially for a concealed carry handgun or a defensive handgun, because you don't want to be fumbling with buttons when you draw the gun. You want it to automatically turn on, so I'm glad this has it. Now, moving on to some durability ratings, this is IPX7 waterproof rated, so it is going to be fully submergible, which is key. I'm not really looking for a carry handgun to be dropped fully in water, but if it is raining or something does happen, I do want that rating to be up there, and having that IPX7 rating makes it fully submergible in water up to 5 meters, which is absolutely great for a micro compact handgun like this. It's also good to 3000 G vibrations, and they've shock tested it at the factory, and honestly, I've thrown it on this Micro 9, and I've thrown the other versions on a ton of other handguns with no issues whatsoever. In 2024, this company is nailing it when it comes to durability and quality on their optics. Now, is it the best red dot for a micro compact 9? I mean, this is competing against $400 and $500 optics on the market, so you're gonna find better features or maybe slightly better durability on some of those $400 and $500 optics. But this is one of the best options I've seen in the multi-reticle design for an RMSC footprint well under $150. It's just gonna be hard to beat with that multi-reticle design. So I hope you guys liked the video. I hope it gives you another option with this growing Micro 9 compact offering to really throw on there and utilize down at the range. It's been working great, and it's been functioning great on top of this Micro Dagger. If you're interested in the Micro Dagger and any updates and how it's performing, you can subscribe to the channel and check it out, as well as follow me on my Instagram page for daily deals, as well as my Patreon page as well, because I'm always notifying you guys when these are back in stock. This one's been running great. I've put another 250, 300 rounds for the first shots video for this Foxarmy without any hiccups whatsoever. It just runs like a champ down at the range. So this has been just a great gun, and I'm really glad to see companies like Foxarmy producing high value options for their red dots. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.